Hey, Critical Analysis, here's another Mastery Skills video. So again, we want to click in under Content and then under Labs. Please make sure you're using these videos. If you want to do the other post test I did not record a video over, that is fine. I would just recommend at least doing the one that I do the video on, so just in case, like as a buffer, if you don't do as well on the second post test, if you try to take that. So we are going to do our patterns of organization. This is connected to chapter 7, so we're going to click in here. And I'm going to go ahead and take post test number 1. And this is going to be a nice review of this topic. So number 1, it says, which of the following is not a useful way to determine the pattern of organization? So hopefully you've already watched my video where I lecture over what a pattern of organization is. And when you have a paragraph, there are 3 things in here you definitely want to do. You want to know what the topic and main idea are. You want to know what the author's purpose is, and you definitely want to know the transitional phrases because those are going to really help you identify which structure, which pattern is being used. Knowing if it's fact or opinion is important for sure, but it's not part of being able to identify the pattern. It doesn't play a role in that particular part of reading. Number 2, which of the following is not a commonly used phrase? Not a commonly used pattern of organization or a structure. Well, if you look at these 4, hopefully one is sticking out to you. An essay is not a pattern. It is its own kind of genre of writing. Question 3, authors use the classification pattern, classify, otherwise known as like categories. So classification means to put things into categories, to break things down into parts, pieces, or categories to make it a little bit more understandable. Number 4, which of the following patterns of organization present a term and use examples to help the reader understand the meaning of the term? Well, the meaning is the big clue there. That is a definition. Number 5, which of the following patterns of organization focus on the sequence of events that occur over time? Well, that's time order. Another way of saying time order is chronological order. Chronological meaning time order. Question 6, understanding the different types of patterns of organization is useful because, well, everything we do in here is to ultimately enhance comprehension, to really help comprehension. All right, questions 7 and 8 you are going to do on your own, although I'm going to read the paragraph and kind of maybe with my inflection of my voice help guide you. So it says the first training for practical nurses was at the Young Women's Christian Association in New York City in 1892. The following year, this became the Ballard School. The program of study was 3 months long, and the participants studied special techniques for caring for the sick, as well as a variety of homemaking techniques. Much of the care during this time was done in the client's home, making the licensed practical nurse a home health or visiting nurse. 11 years later, a second school, the Thompson Practical Nursing School, was established. In 1914, the state legislature in Mississippi passed the first laws governing the practice of practical nurses. Other states were slow to follow. By 1940, only 6 states had passed such laws. In 1955, the State Board Test Pool, the NLN Education Committee, established the procedures for testing graduates of approved practical vocational education programs in all states. All right, so I really do hope that you were able to pick up on kind of what I was emphasizing. And so you're answering what pattern of organization was used. Was it chronological, time order? Were they comparing, contrasting, cause, effect, or definition? Whichever one you choose, question 8 is basically saying, how did you know? What did you look for to see if that was the correct pattern? Okay, so you're going to want to make sure you answer questions 7 and 8 and make sure you submit your answers. Again, if you like to go back and take like post-test 2, for extra practice, you are more than welcome. You'll see this one is more application, so it's going to have you reading the selections and answering the questions based off that, and you are welcome to do that for extra practice. The gradebook will always take the highest score, so even if you do really well on one, 100%, and you do another one and you get a 50%, it's not going to average those together. It's not going to give you like a 75% average. It's going to take the 100%. It's going to take the highest score of the 2. So just to kind of put you at ease a little bit, you can practice without being, having any kind of negative consequences. It's extra practice. All right, I hope that helps. Please make sure if you haven't, go back through and get any of those other mastery skills done so you are on your way to finishing all 10 by the end of the semester. Till next time.